All right, in this video, we're going to be looking at lambdas. So what are lambdas? So a lambda is a one-time function, essentially. Another way you can look at a lambda is that a lambda is a simple, short, kind of throwaway piece of code. Throwaway function, which is designed to create inline in code. And so typically when we create a function, we'll use the df keyword, we create our function, and we use it. Lambda, the idea behind lambda is that it's used in the beginning. It's this simple, easy, throwaway code. Hopes I spell throwaway right. That is not really going to be reused over and over and over. Okay, so let's kind of show you what that looks like. So let me create a basic function here. Let me just get myself organized. Okay, so let's create a basic function. So I'm going to have a function we're called square. So we're going to define it square. It's going to take in a number, okay? And what it's going to do, it's going to return the number. And it's going to return squared, okay? And we'll call square. We'll put in 4. We get 16 back, right? We bring in the number, we square it, we get 16. Makes sense. So we can actually convert this function into a lambda. Let me show you step by step how you can do that. So technically, you can have the return on the same line as defining the function. Now, it's bad form to do this, but you can technically do it. When I run it again, I still get 16. Again, not good form, but you can technically do it, okay? So now let's say we wanted to convert this kind of closer to a lambda. Well, there's a way I can do it. I can take away the df keyword, and I can just say square. So I'm going to define it as square. We can take away our square and our num here. Take away that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the keyword lambda. So I'll have the square, so what it's called, is going to equal lambda. It's got my num. And what it's going to do is it's going to basically take num, and it's going to square it. Okay? So we have square, lambda, num, square. Okay? And if we run it, I get 16 again. Okay? So shows that it works. So now I basically created my lambda function here. Kind of cool. Now, with the lambda function, there are a few things that, it's really why it's used. And one of the big things is used for like the mapping as well as the filtering. And so I'll actually create another video for mapping. I'll create another video for filtering specifically, but let's just show how we can use lambda with map and with filter. So if I were to use the map keyword and I would take lambda, again, I go my num. Actually, what I need to do first is let me create a new list here of nums. That way we have it. So I'll have nums. It's going to be a list. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, let's say. Okay, run that. And we'll use our map keyword. And real quick, like the map function is basically used to apply something to everything within a list. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to apply our square to everything within this list. So I'm going to call map. I'm going to use my lambda num square. And it's going to take in nums, which we just defined up there. Okay, I run that. I see, well, I have, map at this. So what we would do is we'll toss all of this into a list. Toss it on, we run it again. And now I see all my nums squared. So 1 squared, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way up to, not 8, all the way up to 7. We see them all squared. We put them back into the list. So, this, in theory, what we could have done is we could have created our square function, and we could have said, okay, for x in my list square, kind of. So we had to iterate through the list to be able to square each one individually, because if we were to just say, here's my nums list and square it, we're going to get an error, right? So using lambda, we're able to basically apply and map specifically, we're able to apply the function to everything within it, okay? Now let's look at one other way we can use lambda is for the filter. So if I go filter and I call lambda, I have my num, and I go num, what am I going to do here? Oh, num, let's do even numbers. So num mod 2 equals 0. put a space there so it's easier to see. So num mod 2 equals 0. So that's how we check for an even number. And it's going to take in nums again. We run that. We get the filter and it shows it at a location on our disk. But again, let's turn this into a list. Copy and paste this. I guess I can take away this part of it. Put it into a list. Run Lambda again. Lambda num most one arguments. What did I miss here? Oh, I missed the filter keyword. No wonder that didn't work. Filter, and here, run that. And now we get all the even numbers within our list. So the filter function, again, allows us to iterate through the list based on certain conditions. So our condition being that we wanted to find all the even numbers. So this allowed me to apply to everything. And so if we look at our list, I have the 2, I have the 4, and I have the 6.